Hello YouTube, it's the D.B.T Show, episode 33, and today I'm going to review Resident Evil Deadly Silence for the Nintendo DS. Let's get started. Alright, here we go. Now Resident Evil DS, the storyline is pretty basic. It's basically you got these coppers who have gone into an old mansion to search for their friends, and later on they find out that the house is filled with zombies, monsters, giant mutant killing plants, giant mutant killing spiders, giant mutant killing snakes, and a whole other load of shit which I don't wish to mention. Okay, that's basic storyline for this game. The graphics in this game they're okay, but they need to be upgraded. We're using a Nintendo DS here, a machine with 64-bit capabilities, and for some strange daft reason, Capcom decided to give you 32-bit graphics, which makes about as much sense as a broken VCR. I mean, as you can see, the graphics look okay, but personally, I think they should have put them into 64-bit instead of keeping them as 32-bit. Yeah, let's move to multiplayer. Okay, the multiplayer in Resident Evil DS is pretty good, but there's only one problem with it. When you play in two-player mode, I have found out that when you walk over to your friend's character, all you see is a blue or a red star, and you don't get to see the character at all. And it's the same problem when they walk over to you. So I don't know what Capcom were thinking, but it looks like a graphic flaw or something. The multiplayer mode is basically you and your friend running around shooting the zombies and snakes and shit, and trying to get out of the mansion alive. One mode is based around like a race, so the person who gets out first wins, and one mode is based in like a co-op mode, so you have to help each other to get out of the mansion. Also, if you complete these modes, you will unlock secret characters in the multiplayer mode. So that's basically it. That's all I can tell you about that. Let's move on to controls. Right, the controls for this game are pretty simple. Use the arrow pad to move around. You hold the B button to run. You hold the R button. Well, just get onto the R button later. To start, brings up your start screen with all your weapons and stuff, your keys, your first aid spray, all that sort of stuff. To fire a weapon, you hold down the R button, then press the A button. To use your knife, you hold down the L button, then press the A button. To do a 180-degree turn, you press down, then B. To reload, press R, then B. And that's basically it. So the controls are very, very simple for this game. Okay, let's move on to gameplay. The gameplay of Resident Evil DS is very similar to Resident Evil PS1. Basically, you're just running around the house, finding keys, killing zombies, and walking into solving puzzles and trying to figure out what happened in the game. Every so often in the game, you will come to a random cutscene where something will happen in the game. These cutscenes are basically like little movies that you can watch. You can skip them by pressing the start button. Let me just show you a cutscene. Fucking dot. Alright, here's a cutscene. This is where you'll meet your very first zombie. Look at the extremely good PS1 graphics. he's ugly. Let me just get my rocket launcher out. There. Now, the gameplay of this game is really, really good. There's two modes in this game. There's classic mode and rebirth mode. The classic mode is practically the same as Resident Evil 1 on the PS1. The rebirth mode is very similar, but you have new puzzles involving using the touch screen and the DS microphone. Some of these puzzles may involve doing CPR on certain characters. Some of these puzzles may involve slicing zombies up with a knife. Your knife is your touch pen. Also, there are puzzles that involve turning switches on and off with your touch pen and all that sort of stuff. There's also one puzzle where you're connecting wires up, and if you get it wrong, you lose some health because you get electric shock. That's basically the gameplay. The music, let's move to music. The music in this game is pretty good. It fits the game rather well. But most of the time in the game, there's no music at all, so it's a very silent, quiet sort of game. But it gives the game an eerie sort of feel, and it can sometimes scare the hell out of you. Okay, the good stuff about the game. Well, the gameplay is awesome. The story is really good. The cutscenes are pretty well done, apart from the one at the beginning, which is in black and white for some gay-ass reason. I mean, the entire game's in colour, apart from that one cutscene, and that one cutscene has to be in black and white. Why? Hell, I have no idea why it's in black and white. Other good stuff about the game is the rebirth mode. The rebirth mode is probably the best mode in the game, because the classic mode is far too easy, and all the puzzles can be completed in a matter of seconds. If you complete the game fast enough, you can also get an infinite rocket launcher, which allows you to blow things to pieces. Anything will die. You are basically indestructible with one of those. The bosses in the game are quite challenging and can be pretty difficult to beat. The bosses can be anything from a giant plant, a giant spider, a giant mutant naked man with a claw, also known as the Tyrant. And there's also a giant snake. The giant snake, also known as Yawn, is probably the hardest boss of all, because as soon as you walk in the room, he lunges at you and bites you on the arm. When he bites you on the arm, you're poisoned for the rest of the game, so you've got to quickly move out of the way. And this part of the game has caused me to have to go back to my save point several times. Saving in this game is done by walking to a typewriter and using Increment to type to save. That's basically all the good stuff about the game, I can tell you. Now, I'm very sorry, YouTube, but I've run out of time, so join me in part 2 of my Resident Evil DS review, where I will tell you all about stuff about the game and also give you a rating. Until then, bye-bye.